مرحبا وأهلا وسهلا فيكم. Hope you're all well and having a wonderful day. Welcome to another session of learning Levantine Arabic phrases, and in today's session we'll be learning 14 phrases for telling someone to wait. So when people sometimes try to talk, or sometimes people talk over you. So here we will be learning 14 phrases and actually an idiom as well, to tell people to wait, or to give you the chance for you to explain your side of the story. So here we'll be learning these phrases. So hopefully you found them helpful. Let's have a look. Our first phrase, which I think most of you would know it. Most of you have been with me for the past years. You would know that actually this is very suitable, and the first one will spring to your mind. So you've got ممكن دقيقة. ممكن, which means is it possible? دقيقة, which means a minute. So here could be a minute or could be a moment. ممكن دقيقة. ممكن دقيقة. ممكن دقيقة. And here there's no gender, so it's just a neutral phrase. And answering the question some of you asked previously, can I pronounce the letter قاف how it should be? Yes, of course, you can certainly do, and people will 100% understand you. So you could say ممكن دقيقة. ممكن دقيقة. So that's the قاف, دقيقة. Or you could go with the glottal stop. So you could say ممكن دقيقة. ممكن دقيقة, 1 moment or 1 minute. Our next phrase, أعطيني دقيقة بس. أعطيني. So أعطيني, which means give me. أعطيني. أعطيني, give me your hand over. دقيقة is 1 minute, 1 moment. بس, which means only or just. Just give me 1 minute. أعطيني دقيقة بس. And of course, if some of you think that this phrase might be a little bit strong or coming harsh, so you could soften it up with لو سمحت if you are talking to masculine. So you could say أعطيني دقيقة بس لو سمحت if you're talking to John or Ahmad. أعطيني دقيقة بس لو سمحت, please. So لو سمحت, which means please if you're talking to masculine. أعطيني دقيقة بس لو سمحت. لو سمحت, which means please. So أعطيني again, أعطيني, which means give me. دقيقة is minute or 1 moment. بس, which means just or only. Bas actually has lots of meanings, and I've made a dedicated tutorial on this only. So if you want to look at it, I'll leave a link for it in the card section. And if you're talking to feminine, you would say أعطيني دقيقة بس لو سمحتي. So if you're talking to feminine, you would say لو سمحتي, please. أعطيني دقيقة بس لو سمحتي. Please just give me 1 moment. Please just give me 1 moment or 1 minute. So أعطيني دقيقة بس لو سمحت if you're talking to masculine. أعطيني دقيقة بس لو سمحتي if you're talking to feminine. Our next phrase, which is simple, straight to the point. ثانية بس. ثانية بس. Obviously, as you see here, the letter tha, as in the th and thank you. So you could pronounce it ثانية. ثانية بس. ثانية بس, just a sec. ثانية بس, just a sec. Literally, and the overall meaning. However, as we know in dialect, people tend to replace the tha as the th and thank you. People would tend to replace it with an s for Sarah. So people would say ثانية. ثانية بس. ثانية بس. ثانية بس. However, there's no harm if you don't want to pronounce the tha s. So you could say ثانية بس. ثانية بس. ثانية بس. Just a sec. Our next phrase, انتظر من فضلك. انتظر من فضلك if you're talking to masculine. So you would use this phrase if you're talking to masculine, which means hold on or wait, please. انتظر من فضلك. انتظر, which means wait. من فضلك means please, and that's if you're talking to masculine. So bear that in mind. انتظر من فضلك, 1 moment or 1 minute, please. انتظر من فضلك, which means wait, please. Wait, please. انتظر من فضلك. And if you're talking to feminine, you'd say انتظري من فضلك. انتظري من فضلك, hold on or wait please. انتظري من فضلك. انتظري من فضلك. انتظري من فضلك. Hold on or wait please. So it's very polite but punctual, to the point. That's what we're asking her. Could you wait please, or hold on please. Our next phrase, لحظة شوي. لحظة شوي. لحظة شوي. So لحظة, which means a moment. People tend to use it in the meaning of like a second. So لحظة شوي, 1 second, or let me see, or let me think. So لحظة شوي. So you're asking somebody to wait, or to hold on, or to stop talking, or for example to stop moving. So you're trying to tell them to wait there, whether you're asking them to stop talking or moving. So لحظة شوي. But then equally it could be if somebody's asking you something, for example, can I have a glass of water, or can I have the number of so you could say لحظة شوي, just 1 second. Yeah, so you could use that on that meaning as well, but you could equally use it if you're trying to tell somebody to wait, whether wait for you to go and get something if they're asking you, or to tell them to wait, not move or not talk, or for you to give you the chance to say your side of the story, for example, if that's the topic or that's the context. So it is لحظة شوي. لحظة شوي. Great. Our next phrase is actually related to English. تكة. تكة is actually the sound of ticking. So when the clock ticks, that is the actually Arabic word for it. So تكة. تكة, which means ticking. تكة شوي, which means 1 tick, meaning it won't take very long, meaning it will happen imminently. So what you ask for it, let's say for example, as we talked previously, if somebody asks you for a glass of water, so you say تكة شوي, just 1 second. Or for example, if somebody's asking you for something, or you're requesting you something, so you could say تكة شوي. But then equally, if somebody's talking over you, or you're trying to say something, or you try to ask them to give you the chance to say something, so you could say تكة شوي, تكة شوي, تكة شوي, تكة شوي. Our next phrase is خليك معي شوي. خليك معي شوي. So خليك, which means stay, and that's if you're talking to masculine, by the way. خليك معي, which means with me, شوي, a bit. I'd like to highlight that I have made a dedicated tutorial on the meaning of خلا, which means to let or to allow, and I've conjugated it with a number of tenses. So if you'd like a little bit more information on that, just head to the video section and just put let or allow, and you can see the conjugation and this phrase and how it's been used in Levantine Arabic. However, today we could use it to ask somebody to stay with you or to bear with you a second. So you're trying to ask them whether to wait for you to say something or for you to go and grab something. So you could say خليك معي شوي. خليك معي شوي. You can equally use this phrase if somebody's talking to you over the phone. Let's say, for example, somebody's asking for your brother or a member of your family. You could say, stay on the line. So you could say, خليك معي شوي. So you could use this phrase on the same meaning. Bear with me, or stay with me, or stay on the line. So you could say, خليك معي شوي. خليك معي شوي. If you're talking to feminine, you would use the same phrase, but obviously we need to conjugate it differently because the feminine has an extra E to the end of the verb here. So you'd say, خليكي معي شوي. Obviously I put a lot of emphasis on the E there for you, but people tend to not put that great emphasis, so they go very, very subtle. So they would say, خليكي معي شوي. خليكي معي شوي. خليكي معي شوي, which means stay with me or bear with me or just 1 second or stay on the line for 1 moment until you get the other person the caller is asking for. خليكي معي شوي. خليكي معي شوي. خليكي معي شوي. As you see, I'm trying to repeat these phrases a number of times, so hopefully you are trying to imitate my pronunciation. This would be crucial and very important for you to give that a really good practice. But most importantly, you could always rewind and replay this video where you could kind of go ahead and practice. But most importantly, try to make some examples, try to make flashcards, and to ask somebody, a member of family, to test you. And I would always recommend to watch on a bigger screen. Bigger screen is better than mobile phones, so I would definitely recommend to do that. And the phrase خليكي معي شوي, and that's if you're talking to feminine. Our next phrase is صبور, be patient. صبور, صبور. And if you're talking to feminine, you would say صبري, 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 صبري. Sburi. That's if you're asking or talking to feminine. So sburi if you're talking to feminine. Sbor. Sbor if you're talking to masculine. Be patient. Sbor. Sbor. Sburi. Okay, our next one is a little bit entertaining. Some of you will find it entertaining. Don't know if some of you will do, but it's this is a kind of a cultural phrase. So it says كلها عضت كوساية. كلها عضت كوساية. So كلها, it is just. عض, which means a bite. كوساية is a courgette. So كلها عضت كوساية is just like biting on a courgette, meaning it won't take very long. So you're asking them to wait. So again, this is an idiom, it's a phrase. We tend to use it a lot. But then equally, the meaning is not like biting on, could be like chewing or crunching or munching, for example. So كلها عضت كوساية, it's like chewing a courgette or eating a courgette. So when you eat something as green as a courgette, and how, for example, your teeth goes and cuts the courgette because it's so soft and green. And that doesn't take much longer any time. That means the action or the request that you've asked for it would equally won't take much longer. So it will be done, or it would be accomplished, or would be fulfilled very soon. So it won't take long time, meaning it won't take long time. And this is the phrase. So hopefully you find it useful and enjoy them. And by the way, if you're enjoying these videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, as it helps the channel, this video quite a bit. So many thanks in advance. And the phrase is كلها عضت كوساية. So now you know this phrase really well, and I would definitely use it. I would definitely recommend to use it, and let me know in the comment section if you have managed to use it and what was the reaction of your family or friends. The phrase is كلها عضت كوساية. كلها عضت كوساية. كلها عضت كوساية. Our next phrase is أعطيني فرصة. أعطيني, which means give me. فرصة, a chance. أعطيني فرصة, give me a chance. So here you're asking somebody to give you the chance either to do something or to say something, to tell them your side of the story, or perhaps you're trying to convince them or sell them something. You never know. أعطيني فرصة. So أعطيني فرصة, give me a chance. أعطيني فرصة. The same as the previous phrase, instead of فرصة, we tend to use مجال. أعطيني مجال, give me space, or give me the space. أعطيني مجال. أعطيني مجال, give me the space to talk, to show, or to explain, etc. So it could be anything there. أعطيني مجال. أعطيني مجال. أعطيني, give me, مجال, which means space. أعطيني مجال. Our next and final phrase is an idiom, and people tend to use it a lot. So as you see, the literal translation is below, which is هلا بيدوب الثلج وبيبان المرج. هلا, now. بيدوب is to melt. بيدوب, bidub is to melt. الثلج, thalj, which means snow and ice, by the way. الثلج. Ubiban, ban, which means to appear, ubiban, and it will appear. Ubiban, to appear or to show المرج, which means the grass. So again, the literal translation is similar as below. The snow will melt soon and the grass will emerge. So that's the literal translation, but the overall translation, which means everything will be clear soon. So here again, you would use this phrase, for example, if somebody's trying to say something, but then equally maybe they don't get convinced by your side of the story, and you ask them to wait. So you would say هلا بيدوب الثلج وبيبان المرج. هلا بيدوب الثلج وبيبان المرج, meaning we'll get to the truth or to the end of the story soon or shortly. I'm going to read it once more. هلا بيدوب الثلج وبيبان المرج. Great, guys, and with this I'll end today's session. Hope you enjoyed them and found them helpful, and if you did, don't forget to share with your friends and family, so hopefully they as well enjoy as much as you are. Till next time, stay safe. مع السلامة.